You press a lever, the water swirls, the bowl empties, and you walk away. It is the most frictionless, silent experience designed in modern life. That water becomes a payload, dropped into a hidden, relentless public health machine designed to solve a terrifying operational problem. Every single day, a major city generates hundreds of millions of gallons of biohazardous wastewater. It flows through the night, on holidays, and during blackouts. If this machinery stops, raw sewage would back up into homes and flood city streets. This physical failure would trigger a total public health crisis within 48 hours. The journey begins with gravity. Residential plumbing relies on a precise standard, a downward pitch of exactly 1/4 inch per foot of pipe. If the pipe is too steep, the water outruns the solids, leaving them behind to form a massive blockage. But as pipes maintain this downward slope to keep the water moving, they eventually dive too deep into the bedrock to be built or maintained affordably. To solve this spatial trap, engineers build lift stations. These heavy-duty pumping facilities use automated sensors to monitor the rising tide of sewage inside massive underground wet wells. When the water hits a critical threshold, industrial-scale turbine pumps kick online. They consume massive amounts of electricity to force thousands of gallons of sewage vertically upward through pressurized pipes called force mains. If these pumps lose power, the pipes backing up behind them reverse their flow. Within hours, sewage is pushed back up through the drains of the lowest elevation homes in the neighborhood. The wastewater treatment plant functions as an advanced biological refinery, operating on a strict, unforgiving timeline. Inside the monitoring room, operators watch walls of screens for weather anomalies. A massive rainstorm can infiltrate aging sewer mains, threatening to hydraulically overload the entire facility. To prevent the plant's essential bacteria from being washed away by the surge, engineers use overflow gates to divert a diluted mixture of sewage directly into local waterways. During normal operations, the plant's first priority is mechanical defense. It must protect its downstream machinery from the physical objects people flush down their drains. Automated steel bar screens rake through the flow to intercept everything from supposedly flushable wipes and discarded plastics to massive congealed blocks of grease. If these items bypass the screens, they will bind the impellers of multi-million-dollar pumps and shut the entire factory down. Even with the trash removed, the water is thick with heavy, abrasive particles like sand and coffee grounds. These act like liquid sandpaper, destroying the plant's internal piping. In the grit chamber, engineers use precision fluid dynamics to slow the water to exactly 1 foot per second. Heavy inorganic grit drops to the bottom, while lighter organic waste remains suspended. In primary settling tanks, the flow slows down even further. Gravity forces the heaviest waste to the floor to form a layer of raw sludge, while the murky water spills over the top to continue its journey. Up to this point, the process has relied on sorting and filtering through physics. To achieve true purification, the plant now transitions into engineered biological warfare. Aeration basins replicate a natural river's self-cleaning process, but artificially sped up 10,000 times to handle the city's waste volume. Operators pump high-pressure oxygen through the floor to cultivate billions of aerobic bacteria that aggressively devour dissolved organic pollutants. The flow then moves into tranquil secondary clarifiers. Without the turbulence of injected oxygen, the heavy, gorged bacteria clump together and sink to the bottom to be scraped away. This leaves behind the accumulated organic sludge from the previous stages, a highly volatile material packed with dangerous pathogens. This sludge is pumped into towering, oxygen-free digesters. Heated to human body temperature, these silos use anaerobic bacteria to break down the volatile matter over the course of several weeks. This biological process neutralizes the sludge into industrial fertilizer, while the byproduct methane gas is captured and burned to power the plant's own massive pumps. While the water leaving the clarifiers looks pristine, it still contains microscopic pathogens and viruses that could decimate a local ecosystem. The final step is disinfection, often achieved by passing the water through narrow channels lined with banks of blinding ultraviolet light. The intense UV radiation physically scrambles the DNA of any remaining microorganisms. They are sterilized instantly, without the need for additional chemicals. This molecular alteration acts as the definitive barrier, transforming a biohazardous threat back into a safe fundamental element. Hours after the journey began, the fully treated water cascades out of discharge pipes and back into the natural environment. Because of the intensity of the treatment process, this water is routinely cleaner and more highly oxygenated than the river or ocean it is entering. This is the result of a flawlessly integrated sequence of gravity, fluid dynamics, and biological cultivation operating every second of every day. When you press that handle, you are handing off a payload to this vast subterranean engine, a system that manages the continuous output of millions to keep the city habitable.